On the bright, shining planet of Zinthar, in a grand palace made of crystal and light, lived Princess Lyra. She was the daughter of King Velen, the strongest ruler in their galaxy. Lyra was young, smart, and full of pride, but she was also very spoiled and often did not listen to anyone. One day, the king and the royal family grew tired of Lyra's bad behavior. She had caused many problems, breaking rules and ignoring her duties. The king's advisors suggested a punishment, but King Velen wanted something different, something to teach her a lesson. "Send her to Earth," said one advisor, smiling. "That small, weak planet where humans live. They are nothing compared to us." The idea made the whole royal court laugh. Earth was known as a simple, undeveloped world. No advanced technology, no powerful weapons. It was almost a joke to send a princess there. They decided to do it. Princess Lyra was shocked when she heard the plan. "You want to send me to that primitive world?" she asked angrily. "This is a joke." But no one listened. They gave her a small spaceship and sent her on a one-way trip to Earth. "Learn some humility," the king said coldly, "and maybe you will come back a better person." Lyra's ship flew fast through the stars, leaving behind the sparkling towers of Zinthar. She looked out at the dark space, feeling angry and alone. She was determined to prove them all wrong. When Lyra's ship reached Earth's orbit, she was surprised. The blue planet looked small and quiet from far away. She knew nothing about the people who lived there, but she still believed she was better than them. The ship began to fall. Something went wrong. Alarms blared. Lyra tried to fix the controls, but it was too late. The ship crashed into a dense forest on Earth. Lyra woke up in the wreckage, her head hurting. The trees around her were tall and green, different from anything on Zinthar. She stood up slowly, brushing dirt from her clothes. Suddenly, she heard footsteps. A man appeared from the trees. He was tall, strong, and wore simple clothes. His eyes were kind but curious. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. "You don't look like you belong here." Lyra looked at him with pride. "I am Princess Lyra of Zinthar," she said. "I come from a great and powerful world." The man smiled. "I'm Jack. Welcome to Earth." Lyra did not know what to expect, but she felt something strange inside her. Maybe this world was not as weak as she thought. And maybe, just maybe, this human named Jack could teach her something she never knew. Lyra watched Jack carefully. He looked like an ordinary man to her, but his eyes were full of kindness and curiosity. She still felt proud and strong, but deep inside, she knew she needed help. Jack saw the spaceship wreck behind her. "That's not something from around here," he said softly. "Where did you come from?" Lyra held her head high. "I am from a planet called Zinthar. I am a princess." Jack smiled and helped her stand. "Well, Princess Lyra, you're safe here now. Come with me." Lyra looked at the forest around them. Everything was so new and strange. The birds sang songs she had never heard. The trees were tall and green, unlike anything on Zinthar. Jack led her to a small house not far away. It was simple, with wooden walls and a warm fire inside. Lyra had never seen such a place. Back home, everything was shiny and big. Inside the house, Jack gave Lyra food and water. She was hungry and thirsty after the crash. The food tasted different, but it was good. Lyra realized humans had their own special way of living, simple but full of life. "I don't know much about your planet," Lyra said, still proud but curious. "What kind of people live here?" Jack laughed softly. "People like me. We work hard, we laugh a lot, and we take care of each other. It's not perfect, but it's home." Lyra looked out the window at the sky. The stars seemed smaller here, but the night was calm and peaceful. She felt a strange warmth in her heart. Over the next days, Jack helped Lyra learn about Earth. He showed her how to use simple tools, how to speak English clearly, and how to live without her advanced technology. Lyra was frustrated at first. She missed her powerful devices and her royal status. But slowly, she began to see something new. Humans were strong in ways she had never understood. One day, Jack took Lyra to a nearby town. The people were busy with their daily lives, children playing, people working and laughing. Lyra watched quietly. "These people have hope," Jack said. "Even when things are hard, they don't give up." Lyra felt a change inside her. She wanted to be more than just a proud princess. She wanted to understand this world better. But she also knew she could not stay hidden forever. Back on Zinthar, the royal family was surely wondering where she was. And Earth was a strange place full of surprises. That night, Lyra looked at the stars again and whispered, "Maybe this journey will teach me something important. Not just about Earth, but about myself." Life on Earth was very different from life on Zinthar. Lyra, the alien princess, quickly learned that she could not live the way she did before. Her royal clothes and shiny gadgets were gone, and now she had to use simple things like humans did. Jack helped her every day. He showed her how to cook food on a small stove, how to use a bicycle, and how to speak English better. Lyra was proud but also frustrated. She missed her old life, her palace, and her power. One morning, Jack took Lyra to a busy market in the town nearby. The market was full of colors, smells, and people talking loudly. Lyra watched everything with wide eyes. "Look," Jack said, pointing at a woman selling fruits. "This is how people trade here. No fancy technology, just trust and hard work." Lyra frowned. "On Zinthar, we have machines to do all this. Why do humans do it this way?" Jack smiled. "Because this is who we are. We use our hands, our minds, and our hearts. It makes us strong." At first, Lyra didn't understand. But as she saw people helping each other, sharing food, and laughing together, she felt something warm inside. She began to respect humans more than she had before. Back at Jack's house, Lyra practiced simple chores. She learned how to clean, to sew small repairs, and even how to grow a few vegetables in a small garden. Each new skill made her feel less like a lost princess and more like a real person. One day, Jack found an old book in his home. It was full of stories about Earth's history, about brave people, great challenges, and new ideas. Jack gave the book to Lyra. "Read this," he said. "You might find some answers." Lyra spent many nights reading the book by the fire. The stories inspired her. She saw how humans had survived wars, natural disasters, and even their own mistakes. They never gave up. Slowly, Lyra started to change. She began to smile more, to laugh, and to ask questions. She stopped acting like a spoiled princess and started acting like someone who wanted to learn and grow. But Lyra also kept a secret. She missed Zinthar and her family, even if they had sent her away. She wondered if she would ever see her home again. One evening, as the sun set behind the trees, Lyra told Jack about her feelings. "I don't know if I belong here," she said quietly, "but maybe I can belong somewhere new." Jack nodded. "You're not alone, Lyra. You have friends now, and we will figure it out together." Lyra smiled. For the first time, she felt hope. Hope that her journey was not a punishment, but a chance to find a new path, a path where humans and aliens could understand each other. As the stars appeared in the night sky, Lyra looked up and whispered, "I will become stronger, not because I am a princess, but because I am learning to be myself." Far away from Earth, in the shining halls of Zinthar's palace, the royal family gathered. News had arrived. Lyra was still alive. And not just alive. She was living among humans. The court was shocked. Many whispered in disbelief. Some were angry, some worried, and others just confused. King Velen sat on his throne, his face serious. "Our princess was sent away as a joke," he said. "She was supposed to fail, to be a warning to others." "But she is still alive," said one advisor. "And worse, she is with a human." Another noble gasped. "That is impossible. Our royal blood cannot mix with such a primitive species." A woman with sharp eyes spoke next. It gets worse. There are rumors she is pregnant. The room fell silent. The idea was shocking and strange. No one knew what this meant for Zinthar. Lyra's brother, Prince Kale, stood up. This is an insult to our family. She must be brought home at once. But some in the court thought differently. Maybe this child could be a sign of a new future, said a calm voice. A chance for Zinthar to learn from Earth. The king remained quiet, thinking deeply. He felt a mix of anger and confusion. How could his daughter survive on Earth? How could she return with a child from a human? Meanwhile, on Earth, Lyra sensed something was coming. Her heart felt heavy. She knew her time hiding was over. Jack noticed her worry. "What's wrong?" he asked. Lyra looked out at the stars. "My family. They will come for me. They will want to take me back." Jack nodded. "Then we must be ready." Lyra thought about her journey, from a spoiled princess to someone who had learned to live and love on Earth. She was proud of who she had become. "No matter what happens," she said, "I will protect this child. This child is our future." Jack took her hand. "We will face it together." Far above, the royal ships prepared to leave Zinthar for Earth. The galaxy was watching closely. The joke had turned into a serious event, one that could change the future of two worlds. As Lyra and Jack looked at the stars that night, they knew their lives were about to change forever. But they were ready. Together, they were strong. The days grew heavier with tension. Lyra could feel it in the air, like a storm about to break. Her secret was no longer safe. One evening, as she sat beside the fire with Jack, she took a deep breath. "There is something I must tell you," she said quietly. Jack looked at her, his eyes full of concern. "What is it?" Lyra's hand rested on her stomach. "I am pregnant." Jack's face lit up with surprise and joy. "With our child?" Lyra nodded. "Yes. I was afraid to tell you. On Zinthar, this is a great shock. They believe such a thing cannot happen." Jack smiled warmly. "It can happen, and it will be a beautiful beginning." But Lyra also felt fear. "My family will not accept this. They think humans are weak and dangerous. They will try to take me away." Jack held her hand tightly. "We will protect you and our child, no matter what." The news of Lyra's pregnancy spread quickly, even reaching the ears of Zinthar's leaders. They sent messages demanding she return immediately. Lyra refused. "This child is not just mine," she told Jack. "It belongs to both worlds." Jack helped her prepare. They made a small home, safe and warm. Jack learned about Lyra's alien biology so he could help her. Despite the challenges, Lyra felt stronger than ever. She no longer saw herself as a lost princess. She was a mother-to-be, proud and brave. One day, while walking in the forest, Lyra spoke to Jack about her dreams. "I want this child to grow knowing both worlds, to be a bridge between humans and Zinthar." Jack smiled. "That child will change everything." But there were dark clouds ahead. Zinthar's leaders grew impatient. They sent a ship to Earth, demanding Lyra's return. When the ship landed near Jack's home, tension filled the air. Lyra stood tall, ready to face whatever came. The alien emissaries spoke in cold voices. "Princess Lyra, you must come back with us. Your actions bring dishonor to Zinthar." Lyra looked at Jack, then at the emissaries. "I belong to Earth now, and soon to two worlds. I will not go back without my child." Jack stepped forward. "We will fight for her freedom." The standoff began. Earth's people gathered to support Lyra, showing that humans would not give up easily. Lyra's heart swelled with hope. She knew the road ahead was hard, but she was not alone. Together, Lyra and Jack prepared to defend their new family, a family that symbolized unity, strength, and a future where two very different worlds could come together. The arrival of the Zinthar emissaries on Earth caused a great stir. The small town near Jack's home was buzzing with excitement and fear. News spread quickly that the royal family wanted their princess back and her unborn child. Lyra stood firm, her belly growing with life and hope. She looked at the stern faces of the alien emissaries and felt a fire inside her. This was her home now, and she would not be taken away. The emissary leader, a tall alien with cold eyes named Varkan, spoke loudly. "Princess Lyra, you must return to Zinthar immediately. Your actions dishonor our family and threaten our traditions." Lyra took a deep breath. "I am proud of who I am. I am not just a princess of Zinthar anymore. I am a mother, and I belong to two worlds. I will not leave Earth without my child." Varkan's eyes narrowed. "You will obey the crown or face consequences." Jack stepped forward, his voice strong. "You will not take her without a fight. Earth will protect her." The emissaries looked at the humans gathered around. There were scientists, soldiers, and everyday people, all united to support Lyra and Jack. The situation grew tense. Both sides prepared for a possible conflict, but Lyra wanted to avoid war. She knew the only way to protect her child was through peace and understanding. Lyra requested a meeting with Varkan and Earth's leaders. At a neutral location, under heavy security, the talks began. Earth's diplomats were cautious but open. They knew this moment could change history. Zinthar's royal court was proud and strict, unwilling to accept the new reality easily. Lyra spoke clearly and with confidence. "I am here to build a bridge between our worlds. My child will be proof that humans and Zintharians can live together in peace." Varkan frowned. "The council will never accept this, but your bravery is noted." The talks lasted for days. Arguments were strong and old fears rose, but slowly understanding grew. Earth's leaders showed the strength and resilience of humanity. Zinthar's emissaries began to see Lyra not just as a rebellious princess, but as a symbol of something new. Meanwhile, Jack and Lyra prepared for the baby's arrival. Their home was filled with hope and love, even as uncertainty loomed outside. One night, as they watched the stars, Lyra whispered, "This child is the future, not just for me, but for everyone." Jack squeezed her hand. "No matter what comes, we face it together." The diplomatic storm had only just begun, but Lyra was ready. Her heart was strong, and her spirit unbreakable. She was no longer a joke sent away. She was a mother, a warrior, and a bridge between worlds. The news of Lyra's return and the royal demand spread far and wide on Earth. People from many places watched closely, some with fear, others with hope. Earth was no longer just a quiet, small planet. It was the home of a princess and her unborn child, a symbol of a new future. Jack worked hard to prepare. He contacted scientists, engineers, and friends who believed in Lyra and the child they carried. They all wanted to protect this family. In a nearby city, a team of engineers began to study the alien ship that had brought the emissaries. They learned to use some of its technology and built defenses to guard the area. Earth's weapons were not as powerful as Zinthar's, but humans had one great strength: creativity. Lyra trained with Jack and the team. She learned how to defend herself, how to move quietly, and how to use the new technology Earth had created. Her royal pride was still there, but now mixed with human determination. One evening, as the sun set, Jack and Lyra stood on a hill looking out over the town below. The sky was full of stars, and the lights of the city twinkled like earthbound stars. "Do you think they will come to fight?" Lyra asked softly. Jack looked at her with steady eyes. "Maybe. But we are ready. Humans never give up." Lyra smiled. "I have learned so much from this world. Its strength is not in power, but in heart." The next day, a large group of humans gathered near Jack's home. They were scientists, soldiers, farmers, and everyday people, all united. They built barriers, set up communication lines, and prepared for whatever might come. Meanwhile, the Zinthar emissaries were watching from their ship, waiting for the right moment. They underestimated Earth's spirit. The days passed with tense silence. Both sides watched each other closely, but Earth was not afraid. The people believed in Lyra and her child, a symbol of hope and unity. One night, a group of children came to see Lyra and Jack. They brought gifts, flowers, drawings, and simple toys. Lyra's eyes filled with tears. She had never felt this kind of love before. "Thank you," she said softly. "You give me strength." Jack put his arm around her. "This is why we fight. For them, for the future." The battle had not started, but the true fight was already here. A fight for trust, respect, and a new world. Lyra looked at the sky, feeling the heartbeat of Earth. She knew that no matter what happened next, humans had shown her their greatest power, their unbreakable spirit.